Hi, welcome to the Nurses Academy. Today we will discuss some of the questions regarding OBG. Okay, first we will discuss acid medium of vaginal maintained by A. Trichomonas vaginalis, B. Staphylococci, C. Duodenal bacilli, D. E. coli. So C is answer. Duodenal bacilli is a bacilli, gram-positive bacilli. It will form a biofilm in vaginal mucosa and it will inhibit the what is use of duodenal bacilli? Inhibit the growth of the other bacteria. So this is a it will grow in aerobic nature, aerobic environment. So it will form a biofilm in vaginal mucosa. So due to this reason, acid medium will form. So that there is no adherent, no growth, no spread of the other bacteria in vaginal mucosa. Next question. pH of vagina during pregnancy. A. Acidic. B. Basic. C. Neutral. Sometimes acidic, sometimes basic. Actually, the pH of pregnancy is A. Acidic because of duodenal bacilli. The normal pH is 3.8 to 4.0. During pregnancy, it is below 4.5 should be there. Next question. Uterus with tip rest at the fundus is called arcuate uterus, bicornuate uterus, septate uterus, or uterus didelphus. First answer is arcuate uterus. This is our uterus. In the fundus area there is a depression, means this is called fundus, body, cervix, and then vagina. So the depression is there in fundal area is called arcuate uterus. Next, the thickest layer of uterus is endometrium A, B myometrium, C perimetrium, D peritoneum. So answer is myometrium. Myometrium is middle layer. So the uterus is having three layers. Perimetrium, middle layer is myometrium, and endometrium. So what is the use of myometrium? From myometrium only during pregnancy, contractions will start. Next question. The cardinal function of decidua is A. Immunity, B. Production of hormone, C. All of these, D. Maintenance of pregnancy. The decidua means endometrium during pregnancy is called decidua. Next question. Maternal component of placenta is developed from which layer? Decidua basalis, decidua parietalis, decidua capsularis, D. chorion frondosum. So decidua basalis. So in decidua means endometrium during pregnancy is called decidua. So this is basalis means first layer, parietalis means last layer, capsularis means middle layer. So our answer is basalis. From basalis, placental layer will form, and fetus part of the placenta is amnion layer, chorion, umbilical cord. These parts will call fetal parts. Then we will discuss one more question. Next question. Cervix develops from Wolffian ducts, mesonephrons, C. Mullerian duct, D. Metanephrons, C. Mullerian ducts. So Mullerian ducts means a tube-like structures will form during the fetal means embryonic stage. These are all like a Mullerian duct. In males is called reproductive organs will form from the Wolffian ducts. In females, reproductive organs will form from the Mullerian ducts. Next question. Peg cells are seen in A. intestine, B. stomach, C. oviduct, or vagina, D. vagina. So in oviduct are nothing but fallopian tube. Fallopian tube is also called oviduct. And then there we can see, so think this is fallopian tube, long columnar ciliated in between there is a peg cell. Like this the cells will be. This peg cells, what is the use of peg cells? Peg cells, so it will be regenerative cells. These are all cells are regenerative cells. It will increase the capacitization. Capacitization means of sperms, means capacity. It will increase the capacity of sperms, and also these secretions, peg cells secrete nutrients. These nutrients will give strength to sperm and ovum also to fertile, form a zygote. Zy means two. So it will help the sperm and ovum. 2. Capacitization, it will increase the sperm, and ovum also it will give nutrient to ovum. So there is a possibility of fertilization. So the PEG cells will be useful in the fertilization. Next question. Narrowest part of the fallopian tube is A. Interstitial, B. Isthmus, C. Infundibulum, D. Ampulla. So narrowest part is interstitial space. Next question. Largest portion of fallopian tube is A. Interstitial portion, B. Isthmus, C. Infundibular portion, D. Ampullary portion. So D is ampullary portion. So how? So ampulla, this is fallopian tube. So this is ampulla. This is called infundibulum. This is ampulla. This is isthmus. So in between infundibular space and between isthmus there is a ampulla. The length, diameter of ampulla is 1 centimeter. Length of ampulla is 5 centimeter. So the length of fallopian tube, if they will ask answer, then 10 centimeter is length of fallopian tube overall. In that ampulla is having 5 centimeters. The function of fallopian tube is secretion of estrogen and progesterone, passageway of fetus, occurrence of fertilization, and developing fetus. So here occurrence of fertilization. Mostly ampulla. Already I have explained you. This is fundibulum. This is isthmus. In between there is ampulla. This called oviduct because it is also called oviduct. It will transverse the ovum to from where? This is ovaries. From ovaries to it will transverse the ovum to uterus. So that this fallopian tubes also called oviduct. Next question. After ejaculation, sperm remain alive for. So after ejaculation, the sperm live remain in vaginal area, or after coitus, it will be live for 72 hours. Next question. The term Mittel's merge refers to. So what is Mittel's merge? A. Varying degrees of abdominal pain during ovulation. B. Pelvic girdle pain during pregnancy. C. Lower abdominal cramp during the menstruation. D. Intermittent uterine contraction during labor. Varying degree of abdominal pain during ovulation is called Mittelsman pain. So it is also called mid-menstrual cycle pain also. So this between mid-cycle pain also, because the ovulation will occur 14th day of menstruation, after menstruation. So it is also called mid pain. Next question. Which of the following hormone causes ovulation? A. FSH, B. LH, C. FSH and LH, D. LH and HPL. B. Luteinizing hormone will causes the ovulation. Next question. Ovulation occurs under the influence of luteinizing hormone, estrogen, follicle stimulating hormone, D. Progesterone. Luteinizing hormone. LH surge occurs A. 24 hours after ovulation, B. During ovulation, C. 24 hours before ovulation, D. 4 days after ovulation, C. 24 hours before ovulation. What is LH surge? So luteinizing hormone will increase before 24 hours of before 38 hours also. So what it will do? This LH hormone will increase means due to this LH surge. First one, maturation of ovum. First benefit, do release of ovum. Third is up to 24 hours survive of ovum. During this period, if coitus will happen, then fertilization will happen. Then next question. During drug of choice for induction of ovulation is clomiphene, B. Ethinyl estradiol, C. Danazol, D. Levonorgestrel. Our answer is clomiphene. So this will be useful ovulation induction. If there is no ovulation in women, then it will cause ovulation. Due to that, fertilization will occur. Next question. Which gland is responsible for the initiating the menstrual cycle? Initiating. Here they are asking initiating menstrual cycle is started. Hypothalamus, anterior pituitary gland, the posterior pituitary gland, the ovaries. Hypothalamus is our answer. Next question. The ovarian cycle initiated by progesterone, estrogen, endorphins, the follicle stimulating hormone. These follicle stimulating hormone is next. When does the follicle phase of menstrual cycle begins? A. 10 to 12 hours after LH begins from 1 day menses until ovulation. 14 days after LH set, 14 days after ovulation. Begins from first day of menses until ovulation. This is our answer. Thank you for listening. Please, if you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe if possible. If you want, do comment also. Thank you.